Hey guys, happy Monday. I'm going to wait just a minute. I want to make sure that this populates okay, but I love doing Maker Monday on a Monday. It always helps. All right, so I hope everybody, those of you that are off today being Veterans Day, it's a great day just to be able to have a Monday, to be able to have an extra long weekend, to be able to do things around the house and start looking at what you're going to do decorating your house for the holidays. And so I'm excited to pop on here today to be able to show you something that we actually are releasing right in the middle of our big pre Black Friday sale. So I want to wait just a minute. I just want to make sure that it's working. Do we have one? Okay, good. I'm always going to struggle, I guess, just wanting to make sure that it's connected. So here's the deal. As you pop on here, please tell me hello. Tell me where you're tuning in from. And I always like to know if this is your first time on a Maker Studio. If you've ever caught me live before, I will tell you, I look like I've got a mad scientist experiment going on my table here. I'm a little nervous doing this live. It would have been much easier to have done it pre-recorded, but I'm in it with y'all. So I'm going to show you kind of along the way things that I have learned and what I love about this whole process of soap making. So I'm just going to let you know, if you're not aware that we are in our pre-Black Friday sale, which ends tomorrow, and it's a situation to where, hey, Miss Cove, hey, is it Phoebe? Oh, I love that. I love how you spell your name, Phoebe. But in our pre-Black Friday sale, there's a lot of opportunities. For one, for you, if you purchase $150 or more, you get my Maker Studio, my Maker's Guide, which is a business book that I have written for the heart of the creative. And so just if you check out makerstudio.com, you'll see all the things that we have for you during this sale that are gifts that you can get for free that we ship with your order, and also wanting to make sure that you get the Christmas stencils before they sell out. So what I'm going to be showing you today is something that we launched during the process this weekend. We've already sold a ton of them, and I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to sell out of these. But it's a great, great, great bargain. It has so many things in it, and I'm going to show you what those are. But the great thing about it is you can take advantage and get it 25% off if you purchase $150 or more. So this is a great buy. It has so much stuff in it. And I want to show you some of the things, and I'm going to turn this down because we've got a lot of stuff to go over. And I want this to be a workshop, literally. I'm going to be teaching you a lot of things of this process that maybe you've never done before. And I wanted to show you something that it's kind of hard for me to be able to hold this so that way you can see. So I shared with you that one, I have a grandson that when he comes over and stays with us, I always try to make soaps. I have made soaps that have little cars in them. And it's so funny because my daughter-in-law will say, Lee, she's like, Nana, you've got to make more of those cars, because I only get him to take a bath because I know that he's got that soap that he can use. So if you're a grandmother or a Nana or a Dee or a Gigi or whatever, and you've got little grandchildren that come to your house, or maybe you want to send them gifts of something that they'll know every time they take a bath, they're going to think of their Nana or their grandmother or whatever they call you, because they absolutely love them. This is something that I want you to be able to get used to giving yourself as a gift. I am all about bath time. I've shared that with y'all. I love my nightly bath and the whole ritual that I have, and soap is actually one of the things that I love the most about it. So one of the things that I'm going to show you today, I call these my candy cane soaps, because they're just really fun, bright red and white. And so I've done them. This is a mold that you get in this kit. They're really fun. And it's a combination of doing, this is going to be the first one that I show you. This is a combination of doing a translucent wax base and a shea butter base, which is white. So it's really fun. I love just that that transparency. It looks kind of like candy, and then you've got the solid white. It looks really, really cute. So I want to show you that. That's one of the projects in our kit. Also, I'm going to go into um, breaking down how to be able to create soaps that you'll use all year long in your bath, as far as adding um, dried fruits. I love doing lemons and limes and oranges. We actually have a lot of these dried fruits and things available for you on a Maker Studio. But in the kit, you actually get roses and lavender. So these are fun little soaps. Also, I'm gonna turn this around because I've got so much here that I want you to be able to see, and then I'll kind of break this through for you. So they're so much fun. All right, so looks like a beautiful charcuterie. It kind of does. And y'all know I use my charcuterie boards for everything. I use it for my photography. I love laying food out on it. I love laying displays out on it, all kinds of things. You can use it all over our house. All right, so as you pop on here, say, hey, tell me where you're tuning in from. And here's one of the perks. You're catching me live, and this is Veterans Day, and we call it Maker Monday. But the great thing about it is if you share this video and tag some good friends that you know love crafting a beautiful life too. Sorry, my heater over here on my wax is bubbling. Then your name goes in for a drawing, and we pull out and draw every week when we do the lives, and your name will go in for that drawing, and then the lucky winner will be sent a kit absolutely free, and I'll pay to send it to you. So we say sharing is caring. So just share this video, and this is going to be, I will tell you this, if you look at getting 25% off during this pre-Black Friday sale, this is a brand new kit that we just launched, but you can get it 25% off, and this is the perfect kit for a creative. We have a very detailed instruction list that comes in it. It's packaged really, really pretty. So that way, if you're wanting to be able to check off a Christmas gift or a Hanukkah gift or whatever gift that you want to be able to give to that person, maybe it's their birthday and it's the midst of the holiday season, they're going to absolutely love you for it because it is a great, great buy. All right, so as you continue to watch, tell me where you're tuning in from. And don't forget to share this video so your name will go on for the drawing. But I'm going to go in and turn this down because I want you to be able to see. And I'll have T's going to be helping me over here. So that way I can make sure that I can see, if I can see your computer, T, that will let me see that I'm making sure that they can see everything going on here. All right. So I want to go over with you what comes in this kit. I need to move that. So sorry. All right. So bear with me. Again, this is live, so I'm just wanting to make sure that I have everything here that I can kind of go over with you. What's so great in this kit, it's not like you're going to have to buy a whole lot of other things to be able to go with it. It's all here for you. So I am going to show you, I'm going to demold, but it actually comes with a loaf mold, which is your silicone mold, which I'm going to go on. I'll demold this in just a second, but it comes with the silicone mold as well as the wood. It's even more, look at this. It's even got, I'm having a senior moment, dovetailing. It's even got dovetailing on the wood, so that way it makes it a beautiful mold. It holds this in place when you're doing your cold press look on your soaps. The other thing, it comes with two of the white base. This is our shea butter soaps here. Two big. I know. I love kits too because it has everything in it. Has the instructions, and then that way you can get started. It's not like you have to go to the store to buy anything that's going to go along with this. So it comes with two of your shea butter soaps. Then you also get two large blocks of the transparent soaps. That is going to allow you to be able to create all these different combination of soaps. It also comes with 6 different colors that these are made especially for tinting your soaps. So the great thing is with getting a red, yellow, green, orange, purple, and this blue, it allows you to be able to make almost any color that you want, to be able to create swirl effects, to be able to kind of create what I had done here as far as working with the translucent soap base and the white, which is kind of a cute little candy cane idea of your soap. So you get 6 colors. You also get 6 essential oils. I'm just going to tell you, these essential oils are organic essential oils. Guys, if you've been to Whole Foods and you look at the prices of just essential oils, literally what you get all of this for in the kit would be what you would pay just for the essential oils in the kit. So that lets you see what a bargain this kit is, and especially during the pre-Black Friday sale that ends tomorrow, you can take advantage. Let's say if you've got 2 of these kits, you're going to get them 25% off. So it makes it a really, this, oh no, I'm just seeing Facebook user. No, this is not a direct sales company. We're just, no, we are, um, we're we're a mom and pop, a family owned business that loves teaching you how to, what we say, craft a beautiful life. So this kit, everything that you see here is included, and it's going to be 25% off. So you get your colors, you get all of your organic essential oils, which I love this one because it has grapefruit, vanilla, um, lavender, clove, which is great to be able, because of this particular time of the holiday season. Um, Jasmine, which is one of my favorite fragrances, and then orange. So I love being able to mix these, and I'm going to go over that with you in just a minute. Looking at the color of the soaps that you make, depending on if you're wanting to be able to go more into these pale kind of spa colors, then you're going to go more into using your grapefruits, your oranges, your vanillas. If you want to be able to go into something that you want to make soaps that are going to look more Christmassy, or you want to go more into your browns and your blacks, then that way you're going to go more leaning towards your clove, your vanilla, maybe just a little bit of your grapefruits. But I love creating deeper fragrances that are more richer, and that it allows you to be able to kind of create these smells that goes along with the colors that you're using. So all of that is taken into consideration. The other thing that comes in the kit is you get rose petals, as well as your dried lavender. So these are great. It's what I've used on top of all of my soaps. I think it's so fun, and it adds another element to it. The other thing, it comes with a cutter vise. So this is what I'm getting ready to show you in just a minute, how you can lay your loaf in here, and it has the ability to be able to measure them out, to be able to cut and slice your soaps, whatever width you want to be able to have them, your thickness. The other thing, it comes with these beautiful cutters. So you've got your ridged ones as far as doing your loaf again, or your block soaps, which adds a real fun detail. These are beautifully made with the wood and the metal. They're very, very sturdy and great to work with. They will be good for you for a long, long time. The other thing is I have a straight edge cutter, which I use and have been using this morning as far as cutting up my blocks. We've got some stir sticks. We've made some little bands. That way you can put on your soap if you give them as gifts. These are great gifts during the holiday season. And then you also get regular soap molds like this, and your rectangle, as well as your circles, and then a very large measuring cup that with a handle, because this comes in handy when you're working with hot waxes. So all of that is included in this kit. So I'm going to move some of these out of the way. I want to be able to show you what I'm doing. And a lot of you may not have ever made soaps before, and it's a situation where you're going to kind of learn the process. There's several things that you need to take into consideration. One, I like using a double boiler. So let's say if I'm going to be working with my transparent soap and my shea butter soap, that's the look that I want to be able to create, to get this look of creating a candy cane soap. So I'm going to be working with my white soap base and the transparent, which both of these come in your kit. So the first thing you need to do is, if you haven't, I will tell you, I have a pizza oven that I use. So it's part of the reason why I have a temperature reader. It's good to have a temperature reader or a food thermometer, so that way you can test how hot your wax is. It's important to make sure that your wax is about 120 to 130 degrees. And the way you're going to be able to get that is where one, you've put it in a double boiler. So I have this here sitting on my tabletop. I've got to warm this back up. Hold on just a second. I got it. Is it turned on? All right, there we go. I told you it made me nervous. I've got a mad scientist thing going on here and I've got to get it hot again. So, but when you are working with your soaps, you can microwave them. Let me just say this. I think it's really good when you're working with these blocks of soap and we're going to cut them down. I think it's important to work with a double boiler, or if you've got a hot plate and you want to be able to just set the pan on top of it, that works a little bit better. Because one, it's going to allow you to be able to use a temperature control. And I'm just going to test this. I'm going to basically pull this trigger. This is my pizza oven. It will work. It'll work the same as far as being able to test the temperature of my wax. So right now I'm going to click that so you can see it's about 151 degrees. I want to let this cool down to about 130 degrees. Here's the other thing. A lot of people will have it to where it'll start boiling and it will smoke. And you don't want that to happen because there's a sweet spot. It's kind of like when we do our gilding and we talk about having the tack. There's a sweet spot when you are working with your wax. You want to make sure that it's not bubbly and too runny. You want it to kind of set up just a little bit. Now, try to keep it away from getting bubbly or boiling because it's just going to interfere with the quality of your soap. And is it starting to kind of melt down that skim? All right, so I wanted to show you when you're working with the block, because in the kit, this is how you're going to get it. And I would really prefer that you cut it down first. So you have a couple of options as far as the cutters that you get in your kit. So what I do, I just use my straight blade, and this is actually a great tool for you to use when you're cooking. But you can put it onto the side like this, and you're just going to press through. So then if you want to come back, you can use either. And basically what this does, by doing it and cutting it into chunks, it's going to make it to where it's a little bit easier. It's going to melt faster when you go to actually put it in your double boiler. So this is what I would do. I would cut down the blocks that you get in the kit and then just put them in your double boiler and let them melt down. So do I need to, I wonder what the deal is on that.
I turned it back up.
You turned it back up? Okay. All right. So
No, sure doesn't get to you.
tell you what, if you want to take that out, and I apologize. Thank you so much. Be gracious for sharing this. I tell you what, go on and put that in there, and I'm going to go on and open up the transparent, and I'm going to cut that up too. So guys, as you pop on here, tell me hello. Tell me where you're tuning in from. Happy Veterans Day. If you or anyone in your family have served to protect the rights and our country, thank you so much. Aren't we blessed to live in a country where we feel safe? I never take that for granted. All right. So I'm going to go on and cut this up and put this in my pot. As a rule, depending on the heat that you've got, it's going to take about 5 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes for this to actually melt. I'm going to put this over here in my hot pan, and hopefully that'll melt down pretty quickly. All right, so now I've got my shea butter and I've got my translucent ready. So now I'm going to take my colors because I am working with doing my peppermint. I actually need my transparent wax to be able to go in and hurry up because I want to show you how to tint it. Working with these colors now, and those of you, I love black soap. You can do two things, and I will tell you as far as making this, and this is something that I'm going to be doing for myself personally. You can use the coloring. You can use a magenta and a yellow and a red to be able to go in and make a really pretty black, to be able to create black soap. Something else you can do is you can use your base. You can use your transparent base that comes in your kit, And you can add activated charcoal, which is a great product to be able to have in your soap. When you're making transparent soap like this or your shea butter soap, you can also add oatmeal. You can add um, the charcoal. You can use, don't add Epsom salts or anything. That's not really good in soap. It doesn't work well. But I like using things like my lavender. You can do loofah scrubs inside these. You can put it down in the mold. Something that comes also with this kit are these smaller round soaps. You can cut small pieces of loofah, just cut them like you would in a loaf, and place the loofah in the soap. Usually I'll pour a little bit of my base in, lay the loofah in, then pour it on top of it. Use a grapefruit or a vanilla fragrance. It's really pretty when you've got a scrubby type of soap like that, and it makes a really great gift. All right, so it looks like that's kind of starting to melt down. Actually, I'm going to go on and show you while that melts down. I want to show you what I did on my loaf. So I apologize for having to switch around with you right now. So I'm going to go on and turn this upside down. This is one that I made yesterday, and I wanted to have it ready to be able to show you today what it looks like. So you can kind of see through the silicone mold how I've got two colors going on. And I'm going to demold this by pulling this down. Can you add sugar? Yes, you can add sugar to your soaps. Absolutely, you can. And it acts as a sugar scrub. All right, so now I'm just demolding this. This is the mold. This is my loaf mold. And I'm going to put this back into shape. And you see why, if you start pouring your soap in, if you don't have the wood frame for it to be on, it could kind of get womp or crooked, and we don't want that. So it's important to put the silicone mold back in the wood base, and that was why it was important to us to have this in the kit, so that way you got both of them. All right, so now I want to show you what I did. Can you see the rose petals that come in the kit that I put in the bottom? So I just sprinkled that down in the bottom of my mold. Tell you what, I'll go on and show you that right now. So if I can have you, I've got my white that's, I think, is kind of melted, so that way I could. So let me pour some of this in here. Hold on just a second. So good.
Good job.
All right.
Tired.
All right, so now this is my shea butter melted down. Can you see that? Now there's a little bit of steam coming off of that. I need that to cool down just a little bit. So let's say you've got it on your double boiler, and it's got a little bit of heat to it. Let it cool down, because I would rather it get to just the point where it doesn't start skimming over. That's actually the best temperature, about 120 to 135 degrees. So now when it gets to 120, let me test it. All right. So now we're at 171. I need to let this cool down just a little bit. I can go on, and when I get to about 160, I can add my my organic essential oils. And on this one, because you'll see the coloring that I did, because I'm getting ready to cut it, I love the color. Now you will see this is such a pretty cream color that goes well with kind of this rose color that I did. I wanted to create something that was kind of a rose color, because I was putting the rose petals in it. You can use the yellow to make just this really pretty cream. So when we're working with the shea butter, you've already got white. So when you add the yellow, it makes the prettiest cream that you could make a lot of soaps. If you never did any other color, you could have white creamy soaps, and they're really, really pretty. All right, so now I'm going to go on in this one. I'm going to do a combo of vanilla, can you see that? Vanilla. And again, I don't know if y'all heard me say this. I'm going to put 12 drops of vanilla in here. With this kit, I'm telling you, it is a bargain, and especially you can take advantage of it with the sale right now. The essential oils would cost what the kit cost, and then everything else you could say is almost free. All right, so I'm doing a combo of vanilla, grapefruit. I'm going to do 4 drops of grapefruit, and then I'm going to do 3 drops of jasmine. All right, so, and now we're going to stir that up. I wish we had smell-o-vision. Can you smell that? Oh my goodness, that smells so good. All right. And you know, here's the deal. This is an organic essential oil. This is not artificial fragrances, so that way you don't have to worry about using it on your skin. And I think once you get used to this, it's something that you're not going to want to ever stop doing. All right, so now I'm going to take the red color, and I went on and took the top off yesterday when I was working on it, but I want you to see this. So the top of all of the colors have this little funnel. You're going to have to clip that. Let me get one that I haven't cut so you can see. So you see here, you're going to need to clip this to where you get down to where the color is, and then that way you can shake it out and it will give you just a little bit at a time. So you'll want to clip the top of that to add your colorant to it. So now I'm going to do the color that I'm wanting. I'm wanting to actually look kind of like rose. So I don't want to put too much in. I'm going to add probably 5 drops. All right, so let's see what that does. I just want it to be kind of a rosy pinky color. Stir it up really good. I've already got my organic essential oils in it. Yes, look at that color. Isn't that pretty? Doesn't that make you think of roses? And the good thing is I can mix these up, and my soap base is starting to cool down. You're going to love it. I will tell you, the kit is a great gift to give to yourself, but it's also great to be able to give as a gift because, one, it's a great bargain. I went through yesterday and I was just kind of breaking everything out, and I thought this would be like $170. If I had to go in and buy all of this separately, we're looking at about $170 to about $190. So it really is a great deal, and take advantage of the 25% off. All right, so now I'm going to come in. The rose petals come in the kit. This is what I did on mine. Everybody's is different. I like putting them on, I like putting them in first. So just take a couple of the rosebuds out like this. You don't want to put the whole rosebud in. I want you to break it up. So let me show you what I did. So I just pulled the stem off. And then I started just pulling it apart with my fingers and sprinkling it inside. So that way you can see that's now put in first. And don't worry about it, because what's going to happen, they're going to float around. This is the top because you're always working in reverse. And you've got these beautiful little marks. You've got these great looking rose petals everywhere that will go all over the soap base. I love it. I think it's so pretty. All right, so now I'm going to go in and pour this in. If you start to get where your soap gets a skim on it, stir that up in there. You don't want to start pouring with a skim. And I'm going to go from one end to the next. And I'm going to take my time. I'm going to show you just a minute how to get rid of the bubbles. But so I'm just going to pour this all along the length, but I'm not doing it too fast. I'm doing it fairly slow, because what that's doing, it's allowing my roses to kind of stay in place. They'll start flooding through and kind of moving around, and that's okay. That's very desirable. Going back and forth, just making sure. You're going to start to notice that it will start to skim up as it's starting to cool down. You don't, again, if you're just now popping on here and you're hearing this, you don't want to work with the soap base too hot. And you don't want it, you want it to kind of cool down. You can mix your essential oils in, you can mix your color in, but you don't want to have it to where you're working with it steaming and boiling off. It's not going to be desirable. All right, so now I'm going to show you, in order to get rid of any bubbles that you'll see in your soap. Basically, you're going to want to use at least a 91% or more alcohol. This is just a rubbing alcohol that you're going to keep in your cabinet. And what I do, I don't know about y'all, but like I have, this is a hair mousse that I use, but I love it because it's a mister. And so when I'm finished with it, I use these and I save them, and I use them to be able to mist with. So I'm sorry, I'm looking up. How much is a kit? The kit is $88, but it is 25% off if you spend $150 or more during the sale that we have going on right now that ends tomorrow. And you clean the cup, you just wipe it out. It's soap. So that way you can just clean it out with water in your sink and it's not going to hurt anything. All right, so what you do is you want to put the alcohol in a mister like this and you just come on top of it. Can you see that? And it will literally, it'll pop the bubbles. So it's not a lot, but just mist that with your alcohol and it will get rid of the bubbles. So that way you've got a really pretty soap. So now if you want to be able to do two colors, what I need to do is I need to go on and fill this up. As a rule, I like doing 2/3, or you want to think about this as far as being real pretty, do it in thirds. So if you want to have like cream in it, which always goes great with everything, if you wanted to come in and have chocolate, if you want to create a dark chocolate and then black, that would be great to use with your clove oils. And the great thing about all the colors that you have, you can create all these different scenarios. I just thought it was fun to kind of be like Christmassy, but also at the same time, it's rose and cream. So I would like for you to let this set up for about two hours. If you want to pop it in the fridge, it will speed it up, but don't get in the habit of that because it really doesn't make real pretty soap. Just let it harden, and then that way you can come back and make your cream soap. Now the cream soap is just the same way that I did with the red, but I'm going to use the white soap base and I added 2 drops of the yellow. That gives me a really pretty creamy soap, which is right here. All right, so now I'm going to move this out of the way and I want to show you how to be able to cut it. And so the cutter that you've got, this also comes with the kit, allows you to be able to create how you want the depth. Because here, the great thing is my cutter will fit in this vise. See if I can put that in there. And it'll hold it in place so that way you get a beautiful straight cut. Now I'm just going to press it down. Look at that. I'm freezing. Here we go. Is that not the cutest? That is so cute. I think it's so much cuter to have this kind of ribbed effect. Do y'all love that? Tell me. Does the kit come with recipes or recommendations and Yes, I'm so glad you asked me that. Yes, I did a combination. I gave you information on different colors to use, what you can put together, combination of fragrances of the essential oils that I do with your colors to be able to see how it looks. All right, so now I'm going to go on and move this up. I want to be able to have it ribbed on both sides. Now, see how cute it would be to put this in a little cellophane bag. Do at Maker Studio, we're all about creating really adorable tags. That way you could have a cute little tag that you put on it with a little bag. I love this. All right, so I'm going to move that up there. I just want to do one more because I want to be able to have it on both sides. I'm going to lay this at the top. Press that through. I'm going to pull my loaf out. All right, so that way now I've got it on both sides. So don't you love mixing this combo? The main thing is when you do this first color, how I laid in my roses, how I laid in and created the red color, and then I did the cream with my yellow. Just make sure that this bottom color sets up for a couple of hours. So that way it's going to be really pretty and it'll be hard. You don't want to layer them in because then it's going to mix them, which that's not a bad thing either. All right, so I'm so excited. T's over here going, oh my gosh, this is like so cute. It's so cute, isn't it? Love it. I love, 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 love. All right, so now I want to show you what I had so much fun with earlier, as far as being able. I like doing this as far as for my grandchildren. This is definitely even something that you can do just for the holiday season if you want to be able to have these in your bathroom. Because I've got several here that are cute little hand soaps. That it's a combo of using the transparent with the shea butter together. So, how many times can you make a long? You know, I don't know, Ms. Cove. Um, I know I wish we had smell-o-vision. I really and truly, it's like, I'll smell this for you so that way you can see. So, it's so good. I don't know. That's a good question. I need to see. All right. So now the other thing that we have in the kit is for you to be able to work with these molds. Again, I was sharing with you as far as cutting a loofah. You can cut the loofah loaf and lay this down in here. It makes a great scrubby. You could do little oatmeal soaps. You can add in, and because I love doing the lavender with these, I did because of the size of it, I thought it was actually more fun to kind of have like spa fragrances. So if you could smell this, it's absolutely divine. I think it's great to be able to use a combo of vanilla and grapefruit. It just smells, it feels like a spa bar. So what you do, I want to show you, I'm going to go in and switch over and do this one. So I'm going to pour in, yes, I'll let you pour that in for me. I'm sorry, hang with me. I've got all my waxes here. It looks like a mad scientist lab with all of my pots and my waxes. Awesome. Pour this in here. Okay. All right. So now this is my transparent soap, and I love playing with this as far as creating this candy cane look. So I'm going to use red again. And again, I'm adding the red coloring. Actually, I'm going to put in 5 drops. I want a pretty bright Christmas red. And I think with this one, I'm going to add clove, the essential oil of clove. Let's check this color. Yes, pretty, pretty, pretty. What a great red. Love it. All right, so let's go on. Where's our clove? That's orange. You know what? Let's do a little bit of orange and a little bit of clove. And here's our clove. Again, I don't know if y'all heard me say, if you just went to Whole Foods and bought the organic essential oils that come in the kit, that's the cost of the kit. Like, that's how much you would spend. And so you get everything else included. I'm going to add a little bit of orange. That's just kind of a Christmas fragrance to me. All right. So let's stir that up. So this is more of a swirl technique when you're working with the transparent and the shea soap. So you know what? I need to come back. I've got that because I'm going to be pouring them in at the same time. You can use measuring cups. You can use paper cups. You might want to just double line the paper cups. I'm going to go in and add a little bit of clove into my white. I'm not going to add any coloring. I'm using the shea butter soap base. This is a pour and melt, or melt and pour. So I didn't add any coloring to it. If you want to take it more cream, you could. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to pour these at the same time. So what I did when I was making mine, I came back and I created some swirls of my red like this. And then I finished it off with a little bit of my white. So again, I don't know if you can tell, we've got just a little bit of bubbles on there. What do we do to take care of the bubbles? I'm going to take my mister that I put my alcohol in, and I'm going to mist it. Oh, they're gone. The bubbles go away. But now what you're going to notice when you're working with the soaps, you can do just like we did with the roses. If you want to do your dried fruits, if you want to do your cloves, whatever you want to be, your oatmeal or your charcoal, whatever you want to be able to add to it, you can do it on the front if you want, which is what you're going to be putting in first. Because when it comes out of the mold like this, it's going to be much more slick. The other thing, if you want, you can take the cutters. So that way, if you don't want it slick like this on the bar, you can slice it. So that way you get the same look that we did when we were doing these. These remind me of Zumbars. Do you know what's funny? You can buy Zumbars and soaps like this at Whole Foods, and I think they're like $8.50 a bar. It's nuts. So putting these in a cute little bag would be a great, great gift to be able to give someone. All right, so I'm going to need this to set up. This is going to take me about 2 hours. Then that way I can pop it out, and I'm going to have this beautiful looking soap that I call it my peppermint soap. So that way it smells like clove and orange, and it's absolutely adorable. You see the combo of mixing the two different kinds of soap bases together, I think makes it a lot of fun. So what I want you to remember is the fact that I'm going to look at you now. The things I want you to remember are, don't get your soap too hot. I want to make sure that you keep it. You can use a temperature control. You can test this with your temperature, or you can use a food thermometer, but try not to make sure that you get it over 135 degrees, 140 at the most. That's going to be the best. You want to make sure that you work with it where it doesn't skim. You don't want your soap base too thin because it's not going to be as pretty. It's not going to mix as well, because we want to make sure that it's just start right before getting that skim on top of it. If you start to see the skim on it, stir it really well. And we give you little stir sticks in the kit as well. And then that way go in and add your essential oils and your coloring. And then that way you can pour it up, because I'm going to tell you, this is one of the most satisfying, rewarding projects that you're going to do. And it's something that you can use in your house. You can have it for your family, but it's also something that you can make, have a lot of fun, and actually give it as gifts. You know, I have heard about adding tallow to your soaps. That's why I like the activated charcoal, oatmeal, all the things, doing your lemons, your limes, everything, and doing that with it can really make a big difference. So use your imagination. And then we even have these little bands. I want to see how I can put that around here. So the bands are where you can cut it and actually put around it. You can create a custom ribbon if you want, that it looks like you actually bought it at a store, but it says made especially for you. So I hope this helped explain how excited we were about our great soap kit and all the things that it had in it, because it's something that you're really going to enjoy, especially if you are a crafter. And I use this as a great opportunity. Yes, on a rainy day, if you want your grandkids to come over, have some girlfriends come over and show them how to make it. It's so much fun. I hope you have a fabulous day. Take advantage of it. I don't think we're going to have these kits for very long. We only have a few of them, and it's been very well received over the weekend. I'm so excited. Take advantage of this the sale that we have going on right now. And remember, when you order $150 or more, I'm going to send you I don't have it here, my Maker's Guide. It'll be a great read, or you can give it to someone as a gift for this holiday season. Have a great day, everybody. I love and appreciate you guys. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you for your service. Love you guys. Bye.